Alright guys, so I'm Stancil. This is gonna be my simple how to prep your car for paint video. We're not taking this to bare metal. This is just gonna be a scuff and shoot. We're just gonna scuff all the tight areas with the Scotch-Brite and get everything as clean as possible, and then touch up any bare metal spots with some Rust-Oleum, and then we're gonna sand it and paint it, and it's gonna come out amazing, guys. So stay tuned for that. I think you guys are gonna enjoy that. I also accept donations. I take Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, all major cryptos. Also, I'm gonna be going over the cleaning supplies, the sanding stuff you're gonna need. If you're gonna be painting plastic, the only thing you have to add to this is Bulldog Adhesion Promoter. As long as you get that for any bare plastic that you run into, for those guys that are painting bumpers, if you're sanding it and you run into some bare plastic, go ahead and use Bulldog. Also, don't use a red Scotch-Brite if you're gonna be painting bumpers. Sand it with a gray Scotch-Brite in the tight areas and 600 grit wet sand over everything, and you should be good to start painting it. And you try your best not to run into the bare plastic, but if you do, it's not a big deal. You just miss some Bulldog on it. That's pretty much it. That only applies for plastic. Everything else applies to painting metal, you know? I know I'm working in a professional environment, in a performance shop. Like, that doesn't mean anything. Like, you could still apply all of this to painting at home. I painted my Civic's engine bay in the driveway outside, and it came out just fine. If you guys paint at home, it's gonna be just fine. Watch my previous video on how to do this, on how to set up the spray gun. I know it says it's for a Harbor Freight spray gun. Those principles apply to pretty much any kind of spray gun. Also, watch my video on all the supplies that you need to buy. So if you watch my last two videos on how to set up the spray gun and the supplies you need to buy, you should be ready for this video and actually start painting stuff. So yeah. Also, I didn't want to include everything in one video because then the video is going to be like 2 hours long. Also, I'm providing all of this for free. I'm not gatekeeping anything at all. No gatekeeping. I don't have a Patreon. I don't have a buy me a coffee. I don't have any of that because that would require me to withhold some information from you guys, so then I could give my premium members more info, and I hate that stuff. I don't believe in that. I'm just gonna take donations and set up my Amazon affiliate link, also get monetized on here, and that should be more than enough. I'm just gonna give you guys all the info. You don't need to go nowhere else. You watch this, you're gonna know how to paint your parts on your cars, or maybe even paint the full car. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it on my notes. Also, Miguel has no experience painting. I had him watch my video on everything you need to buy, and these are the results he got with that. He literally had no experience. He went and bought all the stuff that I said on the previous video. Came out amazing. He was super happy with the results. When I showed up, I just made sure everything was good. You know, it was just I was just there to double check everything for the most part. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna stop yapping. Alright guys, so here you can see my friend Miguel wiping everything down, making sure all the grease is gone. I believe he used Purple Power. You could just use the degreaser of your choice, but I recommend Awesome. I like Awesome, and he likes the Purple Power 2X, whatever it's called. It worked just fine. It got all the grease off, and you want to make sure everything is extremely clean before you start scuffing. You don't want the grease to go inside your sanding marks, so just clean everything before you get started, guys. So right here, I was having him wash the engine bay one more time just to make sure everything was squeaky clean. We kind of did go overboard with the Rust-Oleum, but it wasn't the biggest deal. The paint job still came out fine. The Rust-Oleum is really mainly for any bare metal spots, but you know, it wasn't a big deal. He did use a little bit too much. We did wash the engine bay a few times, like 2 to 3 times, just to make sure everything was good. You don't want to get fish eyes or any issues like that. So yeah. Also, we used a combination of a heat gun, well, multiple heat guns, compressed air, and a leaf blower to get all the water off very fast, because we wanted to get that thing painted the same night. And over here you could see me unboxing the Harbor Freight $15 spray gun. I did drop a video on how to set this up, how to clean it, how to mix the paint. So if you haven't watched that, please go watch that first before you continue with this video, or you know, watch it after. But it's a very essential video for you to be able to paint your car. And even if you're not using a Harbor Freight spray gun, that video will help you set up another spray gun. They're all pretty much set up the same. If you get a run in the base, it's not the end of the world. Keep laying down the base as if the run didn't happen. Go back and fix it later. When the base dries, you can wet sand it lightly, but wait about maybe 30 to 45 minutes. And you could wet sand it lightly and flatten out that run and mist some base over that, and that will fix that. Also, I wanted to add, we use chroma base, right? And Nason 2K Clear by Navi Paint Supply on Forsyth out here in Orlando. Awesome paint store. They always take care of me. So shout out to them. Also, yeah, you want to get all the base in the hard to reach areas first, because you don't want to miss any areas like later on. Like don't start spraying the whole thing like from the beginning. All the hard to reach areas first, and you know, hit it multiple times in the hard to reach areas, because especially for the engine bays, it's really easy to miss. Also, I wanted to add, I did narrow out the fan. I turned the fan knob backwards a little bit, so it starts spraying like a circle instead of like a football, like I explained in my last video. So yeah, narrow out the fan a little bit. Maybe turn the PSI a little bit higher, turn the fluid knob a little bit down. Like you need to tune it in a way so then you can make the base like go where you want it. But this really only applies for engine bays. If you're painting like a flat panel on a car or something, this doesn't really apply to you. But like if you're for the engine bay guys, like just make sure you do that. Like that way your paint lands smoothly like over all the tight areas and all that. So yeah. Also guys, I know I didn't have full paint protection gear on. That was a massive mistake on my part. I did have a face mask on at least, but it didn't sit flat on my beard, so I constantly kept pressing it down, like pressing it against my face. Next time I'm gonna invest in a full like face cover. I usually don't spray indoors, so I never really have issues. I'm always spraying out like outside in the ventilated area. So yeah, that's something to think about for next time. I want you guys to be safe. I'm not a safety expert. Don't take safety advice from me, but do your best to be safe. Like do your research on all that. I am gonna be doing way better next time, since I'm gonna be painting in booths on this channel. I will be trying my best to do things the professional way, like over time. So yeah guys, that's just something to keep in mind. Also, I did put on latex gloves like later on. I did find some in the shop. I went ahead and used those to lay the clear down. You guys just want to be as safe as possible. Stay away from these chemicals because they're very bad for you. So yeah guys, just wanted to put that out there. And right here I'm laying down the base, like one of the last coats of base, and just making sure we didn't miss any areas, because you have to quadruple check, especially on the engine bay. It's really easy to mess up, because then you go ahead and lay the clear and then it's too late. You just have to finish clearing it. You cannot go back to color after the clear. Like it's over. Like you have to finish it and then just touch it up later. Yeah, you just quadruple check so that you don't have to do that. It's not a fun time having to fix that later, you know. And for those that don't quadruple check and end up missing a spot, I'm gonna drop a video for you guys on how to fix that too, because it happens to me from time to time, but around like 80 to 90% of the time I don't miss, because I learned a lot of hard lessons having to fix this later on. So yeah guys, I'm gonna try to avoid that for you guys, so then you guys don't have to touch up anything. So yeah. And right here guys, you can see me start hitting it from a distance. I would turn the PSI a little bit up and like try my best to even out the pearls, because you don't want stripes. You could easily get stripes with the pearls. So yeah, so basically what I'm doing is a control coat, but I think I'm like alternating between like hitting it with a control coat and going back to the old way, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it any better than that. But yeah, I'm just it's just an engine bay. Engine bays are really picky to spray. You have to alternate between things. So if you're painting a flat panel, you could ignore most of this stuff. Alright guys, and here I'm hitting it with the very first coat of clear. I went ahead and laid it heavy because it's an engine bay. Engine bays are very picky. You don't want dry spray because then it's just gonna feel very sandy. Like when it dries, it's gonna have a massive amount of orange peel and it's gonna feel like sandpaper when you touch it. Like you want to avoid that as much as possible. A lot of people will argue with me and say you never lay the first coat heavy, but I disagree. If it's an engine bay, I disagree, and I'm willing to fight over that because I've laid clear on my engine bays before, like the very first ones that I was doing, and I would have a massive amount of dry spray. Like, don't listen to those people. Like, I've been there, I've made that mistake. And just avoid that. Lay the first coat medium, like kind of like medium to heavy. Just make sure you don't get a, if you get a run, it's okay. I'd rather have runs than dry spray because it's harder to come back from dry spray. Also right here, I was having issues with the compressor sending a bunch of air to the spray gun. Like it was going from like 50 psi to 20 psi. So I'm glad I was there to kind of correct that. But yeah, you want to get a air regulator at the compressor and at the spray gun, but everything was closed at the time and we just wanted to get this painted. Like, we wanted to get it painted right away. So yeah guys, that's something that you need to consider too. Get another air regulator at the compressor and it's gonna make everything run a lot more smoothly. Also, there is 3 coats at the very top of the engine bay, like 3 heavy coats. Some areas maybe even 4, but at the bottom we stopped at 2 coats. I just wanted to conserve the clear as much as possible, make sure the top got as much of the clear as possible, just in case he wants to wet sand and buff anything that's like really exposed, just to make sure it comes out flawless. So yeah. Also, I know it came out on the orange PLE side, but I kept fighting the compressor. It kept going up and down in PSI like randomly. So that was an issue that I had to overcome. But it was 3 a.m. We couldn't really do nothing about it. Harbor Freight was closed. Also, like, what are we gonna do about it? So we just did our best with what we had. And I still think it came out pretty good. A light wet sand and buff will get everything looking perfect as if it never had orange peel. So yeah guys. Alright guys, so I hope this was informative. Also, I do offer free tech support on the gram. I'm gonna try my best to get to every single DM. I always try to answer every single DM. Last time I offered free tech support, I got way too many messages and I couldn't answer all of them. I'm still answering some right now. But it's complete free tech support for all my subscribers, and if you follow me on the gram, even more tech support for you. So yeah guys, basically I wanted to say that all my donation links are in the description. I'm also going to set up a Amazon affiliate link on that too, so I can get a small kickback on supplies that you guys buy. Also, I'm friends with lots of painters that actually work like in body shops. They actually work and they do this for a living. If you guys have a question that I don't know about, I could find out really quick. Like, I'm really close with a lot of painters. So yeah guys, I'll do my best to answer everything for you guys. I want you guys to get the same results or better. I want you guys to get better results than me, and I think some of you guys can. So yeah guys, that's all I wanted to say. Follow me on the gram at STXNCSOL. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, peace out.